Hey everybody, Paul Abernathy here. Thanks for joining me for Trade Hog. I have something I just had to show you. If you attended our coffee hour this morning, you saw that we asked some questions in coffee hour. I encourage you to go watch coffee hour. If you haven't watched coffee hour before, go check it out. We asked the hog some questions this morning, and the hog ended up giving us the right answer, but we had to dig it deeper. So what I said was, okay, and do me a favor, go watch the coffee hour from February 27th. Okay, it'll say it right on there. It'll say it's February 27th of 2025. Go watch that coffee hour. And we tested out some of the exam prep questions on the hog. And the hog did a good job. It did what we expected as the AI model. But remember what I said? I said that Jeff was in the background and we were constantly training the hog. Well, Jeff trained the hog. And I wanted to show you how that works and how he trained the hog. So if you remember from this morning, or those that will go back and watch it and then come back and watch this, it was right, but you had to dig deeper in it. And so I had Jeff go and do what's called a cross-check reference and force Trade Hog to cross-reference itself. Okay, I want it to be even better. And that's what I want about Trade Hog. I want it to be the definitive tool that you use in the field to get your answers. And so we're pretty good. We're happy where it's at, but I want it better. I always want it better. So to that effort, I want to show you what we did, what Jeff did. I'm not going to take any credit for this. So here's the hog, and I want to show you what he did on the same general questions that were asked. Okay, so here you're down at the hog. This is where you ask the questions. And again, if you want Office Hog, it's right here. That's for your back end, marketing, and all that kind of stuff's there. If you want to contact us, you go right here. But here's what I want to show you. So for those that were on the live stream this morning, the hog was accurate, but the hog needed a little bit of training. So what Jeff was doing in the back end, because I told you he was working on it, is Jeff is the one that feeds the hog. And so he went in there, started refining the model. He started refining it so that it looks and checks itself. It cross-references itself. I want to show you how he did this. So this is going to be different for you that are joining us now who weren't with us this morning on Coffee Hour. So again, I encourage you to go back and watch. If you're interested in Trade Hog, if you're interested in the subscription and seeing what it can do for you, go back and watch the Coffee Hour from today, which was February 27th, this morning at 8 a.m. Go back and watch that. And then watch the responses from the hog. Now watch those same questions now after Jeff has kind of refined it a little bit. Ask it to check itself and be more concise with its answers. We want conciseness because we don't want to take up a lot of screen because it's designed for the mobile view. It's designed for in the field. So we're constantly fine tuning it. A lot of information is great, but if it's just fluff, it doesn't help us. So watch this, check this out. Okay, so the first question that we had from this morning is I want to show you, let's see here if I can find it. I think I have them saved from the question this morning. Okay, so here's the first question that came from this morning. This one was talking about the width of a working clearance on an electrical panel, and it wants to know the width, okay? So watch this. So I'm going to hit it and let the hog do its thing, and I want to show you something. I just want to show you what it means to the background. So there it is. More concise. Okay, the 30 inches is correct. See how it brings it more compact and concise? Gives you the code reference, everything done. Okay. Now, we asked another question to test out the hog this month. Now, the hog did good on that one. That one wasn't an issue. Check this one out. So this one was an interesting one because this is saying, though a blank THHN conductor in a conduit is restricted to 55 amps of current, for derating purposes, the insulation value is blank amps. Okay, so this one was tough for the hog because it was so vague and it gave back 10 gauge. If y'all remember, those that saw it, this is a question that's got to take a lot of things into consideration. It's got to look at 110.14c. It's got to think about the temperature rating. It's got to think for the fact that you didn't tell me what the lugs are. This is why we tuned this for the field. Now watch this. Let's see what it does. Jeff swears that it'll be more refined. Let's see. 6 THHN conductor in a conduit is restricted to 55 amps of current based on the 60-degree column of table 31016 due to the termination provisions of 110.14c. Again, it reminds you that the THHN is rated 90. It is, for D-rating purposes, you use the 90, which is 75. But at the end of the day, we can't exceed that of the 60. So that's why it said that it's a 6 gauge is restricted to 55 amps. Is that freaking not amazing? If you attended this morning, it was a very convoluted question. And this is why people should be so excited about the Trade Hog, because we're not going to stop until we make it better. And so look at that, how that answered that question. All right, let's look at another tough one that came from this morning, which it ultimately gave us the right answer, but we had to dig a little bit. Okay, look at this one here. This one says meter sockets shall not be considered service equipment, but shall be listed and rated. Oh, wait a minute, that's the answer. Let's see here. We got to get the question. Hold on, let me get the question here real quick if I can find it. I think this is the question here. Yeah, no, this was it. Meter sockets shall not be considered service equipment, but shall be listed and rated for, that was right, it was a question, equipment, but shall be blank rated of the service. Okay, so this question again was pulling up different references. It got it right, but it was all over the place. So let's see what the hog says here. All right. Meter sockets shall not be considered service equipment, but shall be listed and rated for the ampacity and voltage. That is 100% of what we were looking for. It nailed it right out of the park on the very first try. It even got the code reference correct. The hog, we're feeding it. We're making it better. Whether you're a plumber, mechanical, building, HVAC guy, roofer, whatever, we are constantly training it. And if you're one of our premium members, then you can help us train the hog by posting things in the forum. If you do your searches, you're the technical experts. So it helps the hog get better and better, and you can participate and help us train the hog. But that's an example of that one. But we even ask it an even tougher question. And I want to show you how it tackles the tough questions. So look, one of the other questions was about free conductor. Okay. Now look at this question. This one stumped a lot of people. And it even stumped the hog until we asked it a follow-up question. We said, look, the length of a free conductor extending beyond the opening of the junction box shall be what? Now, everybody went to 300.14 and said 6 inches. The problem with that is it's 6 inches from the point it emerges from the raceway or the cable into the box. This question is very vague and subtle, but it talks about the portion that extends beyond the opening, okay? So it can't be 6 inches. Now, 6 inches is part of the question because that's the free conductor. But it literally, that isn't the answer. So let's see what it said. Now, Jeff has told me he has refined it to make it cross-check itself. And look how quickly it came back. It says the length of free conductor extending beyond the opening of a junction box shall be at least 3 inches. And then it continues to give you the rest of the code section so that you understand that the total free conductor length is to be at least 6 inches. Is that not freaking amazing? It is getting smarter every day. Every coffee hour that we do, it gets smarter. And at the end of the day, it's all to help you folks out in the field. Check out this question. So let's see here. We wanted to get it even stricter. We asked this question. This is a tough question for it. It says the vertical clearance from the ground for service drop conductors subject to truck traffic over public parking, grazing, forest, and orchard lands is what? Now, if you remember this morning, for those that watched the episode on the morning of the 27th, it said 16 feet because it was just looking at residential. It wasn't really fine-tuning it down when it deals with truck traffic over public, okay? It's not residential, but it wasn't looking. Now, we asked it a follow-up question and it got it right. But here's the important thing. I always want Trade Hog to be as accurate as it can be. So Jeff assures me that by having it recheck itself and validating, kind of like looking for those trigger words, this is what the answer is. Let's see. Let's hope Jeff's right. Jeff, your job depends on it. All right, the vertical clearance ground surface drop from truck traffic is 18 feet, 230.24B4. Amazing. That is 100% correct. It is 18 feet above orchard land like that. So, folks, the hog is getting smarter, and it really is thanks to all of you out there who have helped us out, who are feeding the hog, who are coming to those coffees hours, who are helping us make it better. Look, the whole goal here for Trade Hog, and do me a favor, go check it out for free over on tradehog.net. Tradehog.net. Check it out. Try it out for free. Tell me what you think. Kick the tires. Run some questions through it. Always give us feedback. If you want to give us feedback, tell us the question that you ask and cut and paste the answer that you got. And if you don't feel it's right, send it to us. info@tradehog.net. We will help train the hog. That's the whole purpose here, because at the end of the day, we want it to be the best resource out there for you folks in the trades, whether it's plumbers, mechanical, builders, roofers, home inspectors, municipal inspectors. We are training this thing to be more concise and get right to the point, because we understand that real estate on your phone screen and tablets are limited. So we want to get you this detailed information. Now, if you want to ask for more detail, you can always do a follow-up question to the hog, and it will give even more detail if you want it. But we want those answers to be concise, all right? All right, folks, I'm excited. The hog, it's a proof. This is proof. The hog is getting smarter the more we play with it. Again, appreciate all you subscribers to Trade Hog. It's going to get smarter, and it's already amazing, even smarter than any generic chat GPT. It's already smarter than Gronk. It is perfectly tuned to the trades. Till next time, folks, stay safe. God bless.